Hey, welcome back. Welcome to Nick's Ramble ASMR. Sit back, relax. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. You're not supposed to be doing anything right now except for listening to this. And yeah, put this on in the background or watch my lovely face. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little ramble about my journey with ASMR. And this is kind of a special video because Nick's Ramble ASMR is going to be hitting its 1-year anniversary in a couple days, and I thought it would be really fun to kind of make a ramble video about my connection with ASMR and kind of the background of how this channel began and where it's going and everything I never really talked about, sort of like behind the scenes, I guess, and like why this channel even exists and all that. So if that interests you, which I think it would, it interests me, right? Like, you like ASMR, that's why you're watching this, and I always find it really interesting how people find it and everything. So sit back, relax, and if you enjoy this, subscribe and stuff, but otherwise just relax and let's just get into this ramble. Now we're going to be talking about 5 different topics in this. It's categorized. It's 1, when did I first feel ASMR? Then we're going to talk about when did I know it was named ASMR? And then we're going to go into like the channel, Nick's Ramble ASMR, why it was created. And then we're going to go into where we see this channel going in the future, and then talk about if it will ever end and why it would end if it did. So let's just get into it. So I want you to think about right now, like, how you found ASMR and more when you first felt it. For me, it happened when I was in elementary school, and I vividly remember at least being aware of it. Do you remember when you were like a kid? So elementary school is like when you're, I think, from like 6 years old to, let's say, like 10 or 11. You know, when you start to really like acknowledge the world and life and consciousness and all that. So in elementary school, there was a teacher named Mr. B. Mr. B. Mr. B. Mr. B was kind of like a substitute teacher. He was more one of those teachers to help, I think, people with like kids with disabilities or just like a special ed teacher, but he would be in classes with us, helping one-on-one with some students. And I remember, I don't know, like everyone loved him, and he would talk to everyone in class. Like, it wasn't just one person, one kid. And I remember there were times where he would speak. So he'd stand up in class and he would begin to speak. And I had no idea why, but when he would speak, I would just get a shiver down my spine, and I would never want him to stop speaking. It was something with his R's or S's. Do you know those people? Like, those people where you like can hear them talk, and you're like, wow, I want you to talk forever. That was that in elementary school. I felt that, and it was mostly from him. I also, we have the sensory things when you're a kid as well, I always loved, this is very personal, but I always loved being like tickled or like getting kissed like on my neck and stuff as a like, from family and stuff, you just like give a little smooch, all that stuff from family and everything. And I was always very sensitive on my skin and stuff, and I remember, all of that was really awesome. Whispering, but these were things I didn't think were related. I always thought they were just separated. Like, I thought not, but I just found it relaxing, and so that happened in elementary school, and then I never really thought about it again. I never experienced it again, really. So I went about my little life as Nick, going through elementary school, going through middle school, high school, pretty much all of life, just not knowing really what ASMR is, and not really even trying to go after those feelings again. I just, I didn't chase it. Like, I don't know about you, but I just never really pursued on my way to, to feel those things. But I just remember actively being aware of the fact that I liked his voice and that it was really soothing. I didn't know why. So yeah, it wasn't until I got to college, so I think when I was in my 20s, that I first sort of learned about ASMR, and I remember exactly what it was that I learned about. It was the Cardi B ASMR video. So I'm pretty positive you've seen it. If not, go check it out. It's literally Cardi B with 2 microphones, and she's doing ASMR. She's like this. She's like, hello. I don't know what the Cardi B. I don't know what Cardi B's voice is and all that. But I remember listening, and I just got straight shivers, and I was just like, whoa. And it was so relaxing, and it was funny because she speaks so weirdly and very fun. And I realized, I got excited because I was like, what is this? There's a name for this feeling, and it was ASMR. ASMR. Now, I know I'm still talking about all this stuff, but I would love to hear your first experience with ASMR and when it clicked for you, because I think there really are those 2 different stages, when you feel it and when you can actually put the name of ASMR to it. So that had to happen in 2016 or 2017 when I was in mid-college. I ran over to YouTube and I immediately started watching it, kind of listening. I never really had trouble with sleep. I just really loved the whispering, and I really, really loved the soothing and how it really puts you kind of in a trance. I love that so much. So I listened, and I went through the whole YouTube. I watched GB and all this, and I remember thinking how weird, to be frank with you, how weird the ASMR community was. I thought it was so really weird videos. I remember I saw mukbangs as people are eating. I was like, there were a lot of things where I was like, this is so strange, because it felt really intimate. As you probably know, there's a lot of videos where even the videos I do now, you're looking into the camera where I'm so close to you and making eye contact with you, and then people are doing role plays and eating. It just felt very intimate in a way that was very shocking to me personally. I don't know if you felt that at first, but I initially did not like the videos where it was one-on-one like this. I was more drawn to the videos of role-playing or even where they're not even looking at you. Yeah, and so I watched it for a bit, very on the secretive. I never told anyone I liked ASMR. And it's a shame. I mean, I think we've come a long way in our community and in ASMR. I think it's very well known now what it is, and it's more vocal and not as strange, but back then not a lot of people knew what it was, or it was just starting. I mean, when Cardi B did that, it kind of brought a lot of awareness, so as I was learning it, I guess everyone else was too. my favorite ASMRtists, which is funny. I mean, I love GB and I love, oh my gosh, oh, I feel so bad for butchering this, but Karuna, yeah, Karuna, Sodori, something like that, Karuna, you know, she's amazing. I loved her voice. She kind of reminds me of my teacher that I really adored, even though he was a man. The way that she speaks is very indicative of him and childhood memories, but so I love all of them. My favorite one to date that actually started making way and encouraging me to do ASMR, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Her name is it's Soft ASMR, Soft ASMR, and her name is Samantha Sam, and she's been doing ASMR for around probably like 7 years, and she has videos of doing like all the trends, like inaudible whispering and anything that was ever trending on ASMR she's done. But how I found her channel, and this is very weird, okay, is I was really into true crime back in the day, so I would listen to podcasts. My Favorite Murder, I listened to every single episode. I saw them live. I went to a live taping of My Favorite Murder in New York City in 2018, and that was around like a year after I started doing ASMR or watching ASMR, and I loved, I don't know, I'm not really into true crime as much anymore. I really like the mystery aspect, and there was a comedy aspect to the podcast I listened to, not making fun of the horrific things, but more of a trauma response on like how to talk about it. Kind of like how on this channel, you know, we can talk about deep things, and sometimes we can make light of it as well. You kind of need to, you know, life is hard enough. You know, I don't have to always be serious when talking about serious things. But she had some true crime videos. So I don't know if you've ever done that. It is a weird combo. But she had them. She would be talking about these mysteries in whispering. Loved it, adored it. And then she had these videos, and I started watching other videos, as one does on a channel, and she did rambles. She did rambles about her life. And that's kind of what it is now a lot. And it was funny because initially I wasn't always into rambles, and I'm still not always into listening to rambles. I love doing them. But the reason I do them on this channel, and I love hers, is there's something really magical about getting to know someone through them. I felt very connected to her in a way that I thought was very special, very protected, very sacred, not creepy. Not like if we actually met in real life, I would know her, but it just felt very familial and lovely, and that was a big inspiration for this channel. Another ASMR artist that I really loved, and then I'll talk into like how, you know, the growing of this channel and like how I got the balls to, or like how I just started it and everything in a sec, but these are kind of the inspirations behind. I'm going step by step on like how this all came to fruition. So I was watching her, and I was watching Reiki Hope, healing Reiki Hope. I'll put them down in the bios. Check her out. But I watched her, and her ASMR is different. It is very spiritual in a sense of it's a lot about Reiki, which is, I don't know if you know what it is, but Reiki is very much of energy healing and all of that, and I loved listening to it, and it's what's inspired me to be more spiritual, but also, you know, more positive on this channel. So it's from both of them. I get a lot of inspiration for Nick's or Ramble ASMR. So I spent 2017 to around 2022 just watching ASMR, and something you should know about me is I'm definitely the type of person who likes to be the center of attention, who was an actor, who likes to perform, who likes to have impact on the people around them. I don't like to shy away, and I like to take up space. There are a lot of pros and cons to those qualities, but I enjoy that, and that's just who I am. There's, it's, if you're the opposite, doesn't mean you're, it's just who we are. So, I went to acting school, and I went to NYU for it, and I very much was a performer. And as I graduated in 2019, I slowly kind of missed, I guess, performing and stuff, but, well, there's a lot of different things. I saw ASMR, and I was always like, in the back of my head, I was like, maybe I could do that. Another thing that I really like to do as a human being, which, I think you should give it a go if you've ever done, is, journaling. I have a journal. Actually, I'll show you something right now. One sec. So this is a journal that I have had. I've been journaling since like middle school. This is my very first journal, and I have probably like 4. And I love journaling. It's very sacred to me. I love documenting things, and I wanted a new way to kind of document things. So I love documenting things. I love kind of performing or, showing up. And then, how Nick's Ramble began is a year ago. I was going on this big journey of doing a short film. I had never, I used to always write, like screenwrite, but I had never produced and directed and just funded my own project, and I was doing it, and it was so funny. I actually bought all my ASMR equipment on impulse. Literally, like, I had it all sitting out for a month before I ever did a video. I had gotten the point, I know myself well, this is how I kind of work, and I sometimes wish I wasn't like this, but it's okay that I am, and I'm working through it. But I very much am the type of person where it takes me a little bit to hear what I really want in my life and what I want to do, and to allow myself to do it sometimes. I don't know if you're the same, or if you just kind of like let yourself be free. I hope you do. But for a really long time, I was like, I think it would be really fun to do ASMR. I would like to do ASMR. And I remember being like, I don't know what I would do it on, but I really want to do it. And I kept hearing myself do that. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy a microphone. And I'm going to buy a light. And whenever I feel motivated, I'm going to do it. So I bought a microphone, I bought a light. And if you ever want to do ASMR, I totally encourage you to do it, because it's really fun doing it your first goes. Because you get to hear yourself and your microphone, you get to play around a little bit, That's fun. So I had all of that sitting out on my desk for about a month in the beginning of October. And then one day I decided to record, and you can see that video on this channel. I misspelled ASMR. I spelled it AMSR. And the rest is history. I'll talk a little bit more, since it is like a year. I'll kind of talk to you more about like what this year's been like, the videos I've produced, put out on this channel, and like all this stuff. I think it's really interesting. Because some of you have been here since the beginning, but a lot of you are new, and it's very fun. Nick's Ramble at the beginning was very different, and I assume it's going to be different in the future too, but this is kind of the lovely thing about life, right? We're always evolving and changing, and there's no version better than the other. It's just different sometimes. But I focused on documenting, so the first videos, even my first ASMR video, you will hear me talk about the struggle I was doing with the short film at the moment. I think it was me being like, I don't know whether I'm supposed to be a director or an actor or all this stuff, and I did it because I honestly wanted to record it so that in the future I could look back and like pick a day, one day if I want to, and like listen to it. I haven't done that yet, but maybe one day in the future. And yeah, and I documented everything from casting to producing to the actual shooting of the days to post-production and all of that. So it was a really heavy focus on like entertainment, because that's what I really thought a lot of people wanted to listen to, because I thought that was like, oh, that's what's cool about me, so like let me share my unique special self with the world. And you know, they're only gonna want to listen to things that I feel very, you know, unique about, and it is really cool, and you know, I love sharing those things. And I think the goal, something I'm been learning through this channel, is like it is good to give back and like to have these videos be helpful, and I think that's what I really want in the long run. But it was a process. I ended up filming every single day. I did a video every single day for gosh, until like summer or something, or and maybe I had Saturday off. It was like I would do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And the best advice, if you ever want to do ASMR, or if you ever want to start anything video wise, and this really helped, it was before you ever upload anything, make sure you do at least like 4 videos. Have them all ready to go, and then just bump them out, because by then you're kind of in the loop of like, you kind of know what you're doing. But yeah, and some of my old videos were crap, obviously. I didn't know what I was doing, and I still don't. That's why I'm always taking recommendations from you guys, but it was really, really fun. And I learned a lot, because there are a lot of days where I would film something, and you know, at the beginning phase, you're like, I know exactly what I'm going to film, and this is really interesting, and then, you know, then eventually you're like, oh, I don't know what to film, and you still film anyways. And I found that sometimes those videos are the best, most interesting, most honest. Yeah, and I just can't believe we've been doing this for a year. It's a you and I collaboration, so thank you for showing up and being here, and even just if this is your first video, I really mean it by like, we were meant to interchange right now. We were meant to kind of like meet each other right now, and whether our journeys continue together for a while, or if it's just for this video, I'm sending you a lot of love, but also just a lot of like good healing energy and a lot of faith. Like, I want you to know that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing right now, and don't let other people tell you otherwise. Yeah, your presence matters, and I don't know what I'm feeling. I'm feeling something for you. I'm not the best at articulating right now, but I think you can sense it. Life is hard. Life is gonna get harder sometimes, but there's a lot of fun stuff too, and it's really all at the end of the day what you focus on, right? And I'm just very grateful you're here. Like I was saying, I think when you get into this video format of rambling, it's been a whole process too. I used to really think that the best videos for you guys were videos where I was being super vulnerable and sharing my thoughts as if this was a diary entry, and you know, it was really cathartic, but you do lose a sense of you when you give everything to everyone. And you are special. That's not what I mean. It's just more like, you know, when you tell the same story over and over again. So say you have your best friend and you tell him what happened last weekend, or like you hooked up with your crush or whatever. Every time you tell it again, it loses its intimacy, its speciality, its connection to you, because you're giving it to the world, and that's a beautiful thing. But some things are meant to stay close and stay loved, and that's a really good lesson I learned this year. And I think you support me in the way of saying that, like, I don't know, it's just a really good lesson to learn. So yeah, I used to share things about not like always family, but like literally like relationship stuff I was going through, and all that. Early Nick's Ramble there was no like filter, which was great. But I also didn't know the side effects of it, and I learned in March the kind of side effects of it. And it wasn't for anything that you guys did. It's just like I remember feeling drained, and I wanted to move more into videos to help you guys. Videos I wish I could see, you know, videos that I would want, and hopefully videos that you want. And the long-term goal of like all of this is it really is to like stay connected, and we're growing, and our needs change, and my needs change, and our relationship will change. But it's really creating a community of like, I don't know, it's just creating a community of like people that want to go through life together. And yeah, I just get emotional because I feel really blessed to have interacted with a lot of you guys. And if only you guys could see all the DMs we get in the Hive on Instagram. There was one person the other day who told me that we like saved their life. We were doing we were doing like a live event where we just kind of like talk about, we do it every month where we talk about what we're going through, and they messaged me saying that you know, not to get down, but it just shows like the impact's really important. That's basically they were watching the live as a way to kind of like go out in the world to kind of like, you know, to stop things in a peaceful way. And they basically watch the live, which the live is me on screen, but it's all of you guys talking to each other, supporting each other. That is literally all it ever is. It's like a way for you all to connect, and you all saved this person's life. And it was just honestly the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So I really thank you for doing that. And not to plug, but if that yeah, so we're just I was gonna say consider joining the official Hive down below. That's the type of community we're creating. It's just like a more intimate, protected one, so we don't get all the weird strangers. Because you know, people are gonna pass through this channel as they should. But if you really want to like ground yourself here and be surrounded by really lovely people that like help each other, go there. Just go there. But yeah, you guys have changed my life, and it's made it all worth it. There's been days, really, don't get me wrong, with this Nick's Ramble where it's highs and lows. Not days where I've thought about stopping, but there's been days where, you know, you get stuck on YouTube. You're like, I'm not performing, or you compare yourself with other people. I don't know if you ever do YouTube, but this is anything you're doing in your life right now that you want to be really good at. You know, you just like compare yourself to other people. Some people do a lot better faster than you. Some people don't. Some people do really well, and they don't do anything again for a while, and then they do keep doing well. And this based off right now is consistency. I just want to show up for you. I want you to know, because I know the importance of it, I want you to know that there are videos here for you. That, you don't have to watch all of them completely, but that if you need a home, if you need a safe place, you have Nick's Ramble. We are home. You can be your weird self, be whoever you want to be. I encourage it. We all encourage each other. This is a place where you let down your guard, where you can be vulnerable, and where you can be looked after, and you can grow, and you can be a bee. Like, think of like the flying bees. So if you've noticed, the bees are mascot because I said this a couple times, but there was a subscriber named Brenda, one of the first ones. Oh, actually, sorry, Brenda isn't Brenda, but John. I used to do the bee emoji, just as one does. You randomly do something. It's almost like it's meant to be. And he asked me one day why I would like the bee emoji, and I said I think it reminds me of to be kind. So then I started using it more, right? To be kind to others, like those puns. And then Brenda said one day in the community tab, I hope the hive is doing well, and that's how he became the hive. So you're a bee, be weird, be kind to others, and then we're all like floating through the world, doing different things. We all look different, we all have different priorities, but we can come back together to the hive, to love each other, to support each other, to just know that you have a home, and that you're totally accepted. All your wonderful things, mostly also all your flaws, or whatever you think are flaws, they are adored here. They are absolutely loved here. They really are, because they make you who you are. And I swear to the universe and to God that if you don't allow your flaws to show, you are going to be not yourself. You're going to be like everyone else in the world. And yeah, we're all like, but it's your uniqueness, those things that you are trying to hide, that really shine the light in your eyes, and that everyone just deserves to meet. It is such a privilege when people get to meet that side of you. And I know you protect yourself and you don't let your guard down a lot of the time, but I just want you to know that whenever you do let that guard down, it is such a treat, and it is such a lovely thing for people. And I feel like you guys let that guard down here, and I try to do the same, so thank you. Yeah, I just really want to be here for you guys. And yeah. Throughout Nick's Ramble, I think I've been starting to get more of a schedule going, and yeah, just trying to stay consistent with you all, and it's also really fun. Like, I love doing these videos. I think it's really fun. I just do. And I think, look how far we've come. We have around 2,000, almost I think it's 2,280 subscribers. That is incredible. I'm so proud of us. Numbers are fun to look at and compare yourself with and to celebrate, but I think the real joy is just the people that we all got to meet. Me meeting you, and honestly, just this connection. And I really do hope that, even if we never see each other again, and I hope that's not the case, that's why you should click the subscribe button. But if we lose each other, it's okay. It's okay to let go, and to let go of people. And I want you to know that whenever you do see a bee outside just floating around, flying around, I want you to take it as a message or a sign or omen, or that you remember this interaction. You remember us, the hive, because no matter how long you're here for, you have a place here. And it's just a sign that all these different people, the people that you see around that you might think are strangers, they're all rooting for you. We all really are. We just just sometimes live in a society that it's scary to be vulnerable in public and to root for you always, but that's what we're doing here. That's why Nick's Ramble exists. It's just to remind you and to find you the people that want to support you. Yeah. For the future, I really hope this continues. We're looking towards finding a more sustainable way to continue Nick's Ramble ASMR. In the future, it'd be great to have this be self-sustaining, and so that I can make more videos to like outreach to more people like you and just grow more of a community. But the goal is definitely like the hive. It's definitely like growing the community and just having a safe place for us all to exist. And I think that's the goal. And the goal is to get to like 2,500 subscribers too. But yeah, I think it's just creating more connective content to figure out what our community is, what we're wanting, what you're wanting from people, and trying to facilitate that and, encouraging ourselves to grow. It's just been, for a really long time, I've always looked for a community like the one we're creating. One just full of supportive people, but that are different. And I'm a huge believer of energy and intentions. That's why we do Sunday intentions every Sunday. Come check us out. But it matters. It matters what you put out in the world, and it matters, praying or thinking good thoughts towards people. If you actually do it and you feel it, you will send it, and people will feel it. And it's just like you're not ever alone, yeah. I feel extremely grateful. I don't know, I just feel very blessed to have been doing this for a year. It is very incredible. It's been life-changing for me. It's been a very difficult year for me, so it's been very life-changing, and I just feel very blessed to have you here. I'm not always like this, but it's okay. I'm right because we're different. And, everything you try and hide, you can let go here. So that's exactly what this is. These are happy emotions. Gratitude, really. And I guess I'll also then talk about if there's an end in sight. So we never know what life will bring, so I hope not. The best way to make sure this doesn't end, this channel doesn't end, is to support it. If any of this resonated with you at all, really consider just like clicking the join button down below and seeing what that video is for the price of a coffee. It's literally the price of a coffee, so if you ever get a coffee, it's literally the price of coffee. You can join the official hive, and you'll get like more of these videos, but more intimate, and it'll be really cool. We're gonna do like a little community page, like a little community chat and stuff there, but it's just a place of really wonderful people, and it would be great to support. So hopefully this eventually will become self-supporting. We have a long way to go, but I really hope that's the case, because if that doesn't happen, then things one day might end. Everything comes to an end eventually, but I don't see it anytime soon. But also, it's okay if it does. It's, we need to cherish every moment that we have together right now. So yeah, I hope you found that interesting. If you're still awake around, leave an emoji of what resonated. Let's see. Can you leave an emoji of like an apple or something teacher related? That'd be really wonderful. But actually, that'd be great. But honestly, I'll take a bee. If you want to do our mascot, that'd be really sweet too. Yeah. Consider liking. Also, like hit that bell notification too, so you get like alerted to these videos because YouTube sometimes doesn't want to show them, but also have an Instagram. But yeah, I'm just really grateful you're here, and I would appreciate your support. But honestly, this video is meant to find you, and you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do with it. But I hope you have a wonderful night. You're amazing, and you're doing really great things. And although it might not feel like it